question today actually, asking if I could make a YouTube video, let's say 50 to 100k net worth. The question was, he wanted the actual, what would you do basically if you, let's say we're living in a place where CFC rules aren't really an issue and you wanted to set up a structure. Let's say I'm living over in Dubai, or let's say I'm living in somewhere like Switzerland, okay? And I would like a setup. I've managed to create economic substance, so CFC rules aren't really a problem. Where would I like to set up a company that's a very cheap and affordable setup? So if you're paying 0% tax, okay, and you're worth, let's say 50 to 100k, it really depends on how much money you're making per month or per year, because I could be worth 2-3 million, but I could be losing money, okay? So it's very key to be making money. If not, what's the point of even having the structure? If you don't even own a business, there's no point in even being asset protected, because you're not really doing business in the outside world. Yes, there's certain cases where it's still beneficial for estate planning. You know, maybe you don't want to declare those assets to a relationship, so if anything happens, you know, you're still safe, you still have your assets. There's those types of cases, but generally what I deal with is high net worth individuals. I don't deal with guys who are worth less, guys and girls, sorry, who are worth less than 100 or 50k. I don't even really have friends who are worth less than 50k, to be honest. So net worth. But if it was the case, we can have a look at the companies in a second. So you could have a UK operational company with a bank account in the UK, super cheap, super effective, super fast, and an offshore holding company to create the simple asset protection. Maybe it owns some IP rights or something. It's an IT consulting company, or it owns the slogans of your website, it owns something, okay? It's set up in a particular manner that's been done correctly. Don't forget, you can't just go ahead and set up these companies and expect this all to be legal. It has to be done in a specific manner, in a specific method, okay? So this is what many people get wrong, actually. They both have bank accounts in the UK, which we can obviously kind of facilitate as long as it ticks on the compliance boxes. You've got a website, you're quite easy to onboard. I probably wouldn't even, it would be very annoying for me to deal with a client like this, but I wouldn't mind helping somebody out, XYZ, and doing the simple structure. But banking would have to go with an EMI, wouldn't have too much of a traditional banking choice because of the low volumes, okay? So the offshore holding company would own the UK operational company. This would do business with the outside world. Now, why the UK? Trustworthy place. When you invoice your clients, it comes from a London address. Now, this here can typically look at costing anywhere between, with accountancy fees, about $350 to $500 a year, okay? You could also have a company in Delaware or a company in Wyoming. That could even be the holding company. However, you would then have to go through the trouble of dealing with the IRS, doing a lot of paperwork. Yes, it's cheap, but cheap comes with poor quality. You can go ahead and set up a company up in Wyoming yourself online for a few $100. You know, I just charge a few $100 anyway. So if you did want to go ahead and do that, you can do that, but it's pretty low, small scale order. I prefer fintech deals, just showcasing some knowledge, because I see a really lack of information on YouTube. When you're researching this, you just see these gurus beep, 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 beep. Don't really want to get my video shadow banned by swearing. You know, these fake gurus, just marketing. Okay, as you can see with my videos, there's no marketing. Yes, I promote my website. Yes, I've been experiencing some higher traffic from a recent post where I had over 2,000 views. My YouTube channel is growing. Yes, I've experienced more demand. But if you want the truth, I don't really need the demand. I live on banking fees from high-risk clients in iGaming and CFD brokers and all of this. So this is where I started years ago. It's what's fun for me. And I like sharing this information. Okay, so the cheapest setup would be a UK operational company, and I would probably say the Seychelles IBC company, okay? So we can go over here. These are all the formations. You can go on our website and you can take a look yourself. These are all of the spreadsheets. You can just go ahead and our spreadsheets. PDFs. You can go ahead and download, okay? North America, Caribbean, Europe, Africa, Middle East, Asia, Oceania. Potentially, you could look at the Marshall Islands down here. Very cheap, very affordable setup. Cook Islands, generally more for trusts. I wouldn't do any of these if you want the truth. If it was me, I'd probably do UK with holding company. Seychelles would be pretty decent, actually. It's a pretty nice little setup. Mauritius would also be one, whereas Africa. Mauritius would also be a potential one. And I have a European one. I'm actually going to save the European one. You can try and find it yourself in here. I know where it is. It's a very fantastic location. It's quite affordable as well. It's in here. It's the best offshore haven in the entire world. But I'll leave that one for a different video. But this setup here, the cheapest one, would probably be the Seychelles, an IBC. This altogether with accountants, so you have a Seychelles IBC company. As you can see, they are exempt from income tax on profits derived outside of the Seychelles. So, additionally, you can also get a Seychelles residence permit very easily. You can live there for 5 days a year, and you can then get citizenship after 3 years. If you didn't know, we also offer these types of services. If you're going to citizenship by investment, we wouldn't help with a residency program, but I don't mind jumping on a call, directing you to the right firms or the government websites where you can really learn the actual information without paying some nomad capitalist $15,000 to tell you to go to the Seychelles and register at a local town hall for 5 days a year. It's very simple stuff, guys. You can do all of this yourself, but that's good. Obviously, most of my money comes from the banking sector. Soon I'll have my own white label. There's a lot of business development going on behind the scenes. So I own many different types of businesses. Generally in this industry, I'm very focused on. But again, you can book a consultation to find out more. But if it was me, I would set up in the Seychelles holding company with a company then in the UK, as the diagram then goes ahead and suggests. You could probably get away with all of this. If the volumes are pretty low, you could probably get a cheap, easy accountant in the UK for a few $100. The company, you'd probably get away with, I'd say, $1,500 per year with all fees included, banking fees, company formation fees, accountancy fees. And I think this costs about $400, $500 per year to maintain. This one just costs about $185 to maintain, £185. And then you've got the accountants. Now they're dependent on how much transactions you're going to be doing. You need accountancies for both, potentially an audit as well. So there's no really such thing as a cheap setup, but I mean, it depends what cheap is for you. But the Seychelles is an incredibly good solution for those on a tight budget. But you can't just go ahead and set this up and expect it to be legit and work. You could still trigger tax evasion issues if you haven't done it correctly, if there's no economic substance, if you've just gone ahead and set up a company and you're moving money there from the UK, that is not okay if you're a UK tax resident. For a pure status of that, even if the company's just moving money to another corporation, you can come under some huge scrutiny, potential fines, and even imprisonment for doing it wrong. So I don't recommend you go ahead and do that. Speak to a professional and get some proper legal advice. We can direct you to those particular parties. And again, this is where the costs increase. Now, I'm not going to send you to Nomad Capitalist or some random guru who spends all of his life filming YouTube videos saying how he's the king of Serbia. I won't do this. I'll send you to very renowned law firms which we deal with daily. Obviously, Forward Point Solutions was originally set up just at company formations. We expanded into banking, fintech, citizenship by investments, yacht registrations, lots of different types of solutions, very based on a lot of legal work in fintech, accounting, auditing. Most of our money, most of our revenue actually comes from the banking side of things. We deal with a lot of high risk accounts. We also own Fins Payments and NurkaPay, which literally I think within 6 weeks or 5 weeks will have its own financial license. So super exciting stuff moving forward for myself. Very busy in the industry, foot to the floor, working. I'm just spending my evenings or my mornings filming some YouTube videos because I really see the information out here on YouTube to be lacking, okay? It is lacking, it's pure marketing, and it's not showing how the system works, okay? So I hope these videos are helping. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't want to, then don't really care, to be honest, mate. But it would be nice, help me on the algo on the YouTube, would be really, really good. And we'll see where this channel goes. You know, if there's continued engagement, I'll probably upload 40 to 50 videos on my basic knowledge, and then we will get into the fun stuff, okay? So for now, these have all been basic videos. Nothing's been special on here. We'll have a look at power by tax residency, citizenship programs, much more complex structures involving fintech companies, maybe a group of finance companies, how to make your own crypto exchange, all of this type of stuff, which you as an entrepreneur could be looking at. And I probably have the knowledge for you of how to set that up and how to do that. And again, if you did want a call, I had a few guys message me from the YouTube into my email or my LinkedIn, and we've connected. You know, I'm very open to connect with people as long as you're a pretty awesome guy, you're legit, then all is fantastic. So hopefully connect with you on the other side, and I will see you in the next video.